once a month or so, we do these town halls where we give a bit of updates of what's been going on in the last month and what are our plans for the next few weeks. So first of all, we always like to start explaining a little bit what is Babylon. Babylon is a asset management protocol on Ethereum that lets people invest in DeFi together. So you can create your own investment fund, your own garden, that's how we call them, and then you can put money together with your friends and then decide where to allocate that money in DeFi. So it's a way for you to create a community that invests in different assets in the crypto space. And you can think about Babylon as this network of these different communities, these different gardens. And each of these gardens can have like different properties. They can focus on different assets, they can invest with different time preferences, and they can either be risky or they can focus more on the safe side. For example, you can have one garden that is focused on just yielding a predictable APR every year using stables. And you can have another one that is gonna try to get a lot more alpha by engaging in higher risk plays, like using leverage strategies. And to explain a little bit about how these gardens work, this is a simplification, but it helps you get the main idea. Once a member creates a garden, then he can invite people or make it public so everyone can join. And then once the members deposit capital into the garden, they get access to it and they become a member of that fund or that club. Then anyone that is part of that garden can suggest an investment strategy. And then only other members of that garden have the power to upvote or downvote a given strategy. For example, a strategy to buy Alchemix or buy Spell or buy Ohm or buy SHIB. And then once a strategy gets approved, receive enough upvotes to reach what we call quorum, then that strategy will receive capital from the pool that all the members of the garden have invested in, and then it will execute. So it's important to answer the question first. It's like, why should I use Babylon? Because I can go and invest by myself on DeFi. I can go to Yearn and invest in a vault. I can go to Curve and deposit and be an LP, and then I can stake into Convex, and I can do all that myself. Why should I do this with other people? Well, first of all, in Babylon, we help you get more exposure, get more traction, and get more information, because it's really difficult in DeFi to stay on top of all the opportunities that are available at any given moment. It's a 24/7 job. So first, the first value prop is that you get to share information and you get to find more opportunities. Then, because you're investing with other people, instead of having the whole pie of a really small pie, you have like a smaller slice, but a much bigger pie. And the way the incentives work, for example, if you create a strategy, you get 10% of the profits of that strategy. For example, let's say you decided to buy Alchemix token 3 months ago, and then the token increased in value 100%. Then if you had invested on your own, and let's say you had $1,000, you could have made $1,000. But if you invested in a garden and with other people in your community, you have more than 1 million invested in this strategy, then the whole strategy and the whole fund would have made 1 million, and you as the strategist would have made 100,000. So in the main idea behind Babylon is that everyone wins. You are helping others create wealth, and by helping others create wealth, you are also helping yourself get a bigger size. And it's also the idea that investment and a lot of things right now, even in the digital world, are moving towards a community-based approach. So Babylon Finance tries to transform investing from a single player game into a multiplayer game. And what's our North Star? Many other protocols in DeFi are focused mostly on what's the value that is in the protocol right now. For our case, what we really care is how much wealth are we generating for people. And our goal is to generate $1 billion per year. And where are we at right now? To give a quick summary of our achievements so far, in February we did the fundraise. Then in June we released the team alpha, and we started focusing on improving the beta, do the first security audit, and get the protocol up and running. Then on Q3 we started a beta program. And finally, 2 weeks ago, we started the mining rewards. And then people that are using the platform can start earning the bubble token. Then in the last quarter of the year, where our focus is on making the platform public for everyone, and at the same time providing liquidity for the governance token bubble. We'll talk about it in a bit. And as I said a couple of slides before, our goal is to generate $1 billion per year. Right now, at this moment, the protocol has grown 400% in the last month, even if we're in private beta, and we have gone from $2 million to more than 10 million. And we have already generated more than $135,000 for the people that are already members in these gardens. And just to give you an idea of some of the gardens that are right now available in the platform, you have, for example, some of them that are focused on farming with lower risk. For example, you have the stable garden that uses DAI as a reserve asset and basically engages in strategies in curve or yearn to generate yield from that DAI. Then you have a similar concept in the fountain of ETH, but in this case, accumulating wealth. And which main strategy is staking that ETH in Lido, for example. Then you have other directional plays, like for example, Arca's garden is a high risk garden where there are a lot of leverage strategies, and there are strategies that use compound and average to first lend some assets, for example, Ether, to get all the upside exposure, and then use that collateral to borrow and then buy other tokens that can be risky, like Spell or Ohm or things like that. And Red Pill also is a similar kind of garden that tries to find good entry points and guess the direction of the market. And all these gardens range. The stable garden, for example, has like 2.5 million already. The fountain of ETH has more than 800 ETH, which is around $3 million. And Arca's garden is around 1 million as well. There are more than 50 gardens, but some of them are private. These are the biggest ones that are profitable and are public right now. So now we have recapped a little bit what we have been doing at Babylon since the moment we started until now. But now it's important to focus on what's coming in the future. And many of you may have seen this, but we are really excited about the Prophets. The Prophets are a collection of 10,000 NFTs that are going to give everyone access to the private beta. They are also going to give everyone the right to claim some governance tokens in the protocol, and they're also going to give the users some unique bonuses for using the protocol if you have the NFT. The NFTs are gonna come on November 15th, and the event is gonna last for a week, more or less, 5 days, from Monday to Friday. So we want to explain first why we're doing this, because the main goal, and for everyone here, is because you're interested in Babylon, and for us, our main goal is to make Babylon sustainable long-term. The same way we created our rewards program to last more than 10 years, we are thinking about Babylon the same way. We want it to be like Vanguard or Betterment, that is a place where everyone can deposit money and generate wealth and share that wealth with others. So all the proceeds from this event, the arrival, are gonna go towards the treasury. The team is not gonna get anything. So 100% will go first to the treasury. Then another goal from this event is that the treasury will then have enough funds to then bootstrap a liquidity pool on Uniswap or SushiSwap, and to then provide liquidity for the token. The event will also be used as a price discovery mechanism, because depending on what's the reception and how many people bid for these NFTs, we will know more or less what's the bubble floor price. We can estimate that based on an NFT premium and the interest in the event. Then we also hear from our community that our early beta users took a lot of risk. They spent a lot of effort and gas to use the platform and help us optimize it. So the 300 users that deposited before October 16th will be able to mint a profit for free. And finally, we want to grow Babylon. So we believe NFTs are the best marketing campaign possible for Babylon to get more people to join us. And this is all a flywheel effect. You know, on the left, you can imagine that's the treasury. And as the treasury grows, that makes Bubble more valuable, because Bubble is a governance token that controls the protocol itself. And then as the value of the token grows, that will also attract more people. And the more people that join Babylon, the more gardens that will be created. And the more gardens that are created, the more strategies that are generating wealth. And then part of that wealth also goes back to the treasury. So it creates this flywheel effect for the protocol. And in this event, in the Prophet's arrival, we are gonna give 70,000 Bubble through the NFTs. To put a bit of context, there is 1 million total Bubble in the protocol. Then half of it has been reserved for the mining program that has already started, 500,000. And there is like 150,000 more reserved in the treasury. So as I said, this NFTs as a delivery vehicle for Bubble. So instead of doing a direct sell of the token, we are using NFTs that provide actual utility during the protocol, and then they provide an extra benefit. So people that get the NFT are always able to claim the Bubble. You can see here how some of these NFTs look. There are gonna be 10,000 of them, although 1,000 of them will be reserved for future use by the treasury. And they are inspired by our main design in our screen, in our website, and also by psychedelic elements and even some biblical elements paired with some sci-fi and kind of new age trends. So this NFT event will also help us bootstrap the Bubble liquidity, and that will happen shortly after the event. So to recap, what does each Prophet gives the owner? First of all, they come all with the gift of Bubble, so everyone will be able to claim Bubble tokens after the event ends. So on Friday 19th, people that have a Prophet will be able to claim their Bubble, or they can wait. They can claim it whenever they want, but you can only claim it once. Once someone has claimed the Bubble from that Prophet, then if that NFT is sold, that NFT wouldn't have the rights to claim any more Bubble. Then you can also use this NFT as your profile picture or Babylon ID card within the protocol and within the website. Then the Prophet will also give you beta access for a month that is exclusive, because along with the other settlers that are already in the beta. Right now, as I said, the mining rewards are already active. We are giving 50,000 Bubble during this quarter, and this will get you in the quarter that is the highest in rewards emission. At the same time, all these Prophets will give you some bonuses in Babylon, like a 1% extra LP Bubble rewards when you deposit capital in the protocol. then how do we want this event to go, and how do we want people to remember this event? First of all, we wanted to make it fun, and we want to make it fair. We want to give as many people as possible to be able to grab a profit, people that are interested in it. We don't want one person to buy the 8,000 or 9,000 NFTs. Finally, as we are a part of the Ethereum ecosystem, we don't want to create gas wars, and we don't want to congest the network. How are we going to do it? Well, in order to achieve these different goals, and some of them are in tension with each other, on one side, we want to ensure that there is a wide distribution, and on the other side, we want to ensure a fair price discovery for the governance token. So on one side, we're going to have 8,000 NFTs with a fixed price and with a limit of 1 per person. And each one of them is going to come with 5 bubble per NFT, with the right, that is going to give the right to the owner to claim 5 bubble. The way we ensure that only one person can mint one of these is through the waitlist process. The way it works is you will need to join our Discord, you will need to ask for a code, and then you will need to fill up a form. Then there are also 1,000 great profits. These profits have a really wide range of attributes, bonuses, and the amount of bubble that come with it. They go from 7 bubble to 1,000 bubble, the most expensive one. And in this case, everyone can participate, everyone can bid as many times as they want, and we are using an auction. We are using a second price auction that is blind. So users won't be able to see what other people have bid to ensure that they bid the truthful value, whatever they believe is the fair value of the NFT. So if you wanna have a chance to mint one of the profits, here is how you can join the waitlist. First, you will need to sign up on our Discord server. Then you join the waitlist channel, and then you will use the command generate link to get a code from Hammurabi. And finally, that will give you a link where you can fill the form with your Ethereum address and be able to tweet as well once you complete the form to move you up the list. To clarify here, everyone that is already a Babylon beta users will also have priority, and everyone that deposited before October 16th is already on the list and will be able to mint one for free. So as I said, this event is really important for Babylon, and our biggest goal is to just attract more people to the platform to make sure Babylon keeps growing. So help us grow Babylon and share this event with your friends. Finally, before I end, I want to give a couple quick updates. The mining program was activated 2 weeks ago, as I said, and again, this is the highest emissions quarter. So this quarter we're giving around 53% bubble, and it will continue for 10 years almost, and every quarter they will slowly decrease. Hopefully the potential upside in the governance token will make the total value emitted every quarter similar. And I think that was a lot. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll open it for questions right now.
If anyone has a question, you can either post it in chat or you can unmute yourself and ask. I'll ask some of the ones that have been asked in chat already. Is there a list of addresses that are eligible beta users for the Profit NFT?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're gonna post on Discord in the next few days all the lists of people that deposited before October 16th. So these people will be able to claim one for free. And then everyone that is in the beta will get priority in the event. So they will get a reserve spot if they complete the waitlist process for the arrival. They will be at the top of the list, so they for sure will get a chance to meet one.
This one was answered in chat, but how are you going to deal with multiple accounts while distributing NFTs?
Yeah, right now, it's a bit complicated, so I'm not gonna give all the ways that we are sorting these accounts, but first of all, right now to join, you need to prove that you are not a bot on Discord, then you need to fill this form, and then in this form, you need to add your Twitter handle as well, and then you need to tweet about it. So then we're gonna use different metrics and different analysis to ensure that the accounts are real and people that are sign up are real humans, and it's not someone using Mechanical Turk or something like that that is creating 500 accounts.
Who is your smart contract auditor?
Yeah, for the arrival event, we'll make the contract of the NFT and the sell contract public next week or in 10 days, and our contract auditor for this is pessimistic.
When will the Babel connected to the NFTs be claimable?
As soon as the sale is over. So the sale is going from the 15th to the 19th, and it will end, I believe, at 4 p.m. PST on the 19th. Starting at that moment, it will be
19th of what?
The 19th of November.
Yeah.
I'll answer this one. Is there going to be a POAP for this call? No, we're not doing POAP, but we may in the future. For the auction, how are you keeping the bids private? Signing off chain or?
Signing off chain. We're gonna, but at the same time, we want to be as transparent as possible. So in the website, you will be able to see the bids in real time with the signature and the address that did the bid, but without the amount. The amount is going to be encrypted. But as soon as the sale is over, all the amounts will be revealed. And then basically, we're going to sort all the bids, and the top 1,000 will get the top 1,000 profits.
One question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the top 1,000, is it included in the 8,000 total?
No, the total is 10,000. The 8,000 are the ones that can be minted through this waitlist process. Then 1,000 can only be minted through the auction. That are the 1,000 great profits, and 1,000 are reserved for the treasury in the future.
Okay, so in total 10,000.
Yeah.
I think the idea of the NFTs and the sale is great. What's the utility of the NFTs after the sale is completed?
Great question. Yeah, every NFT is similar to loot. If you guys are familiar with loot, that they have on-chain attributes. So in this case, every NFT has on-chain 4 different on-chain attributes: LP bonus, strategist bonus, voter bonus, and creator bonus. So all of these are gonna give you extra bubble rewards for doing activities in the protocol. For example, if you have you have an NFT that gives you 2% extra strategist bonus, for every strategy you create in Babylon, you will get 2% more bubble that you could get without it.
Will there be an end date for claiming Babel from the NFT?
No end date.
Okay, this one is about the actual protocol. Can you confirm what happens to a strategist stake when a strategy is negative 50% when strategy duration is over? So basically, what happens to a strategist stake for a non-profitable strategy?
Yeah. Part of the stake will be, in this case, a slash and sent back to the garden to compensate the other members of the garden. The exact amount that will get the slash depends on several factors. We have in our documents exactly explaining a bit more this formula, but basically I believe is you go below 100%, you lose it all. And then if you lose 10%, you just lose a little bit. And as you get farther and farther away, the amount you get to slash is higher.
Yeah, and it's important to remember that it goes back to the garden. It doesn't go outside of the garden.
Does anybody else have any questions? Post them in the chat or just unmute.
Yeah, just a question. What's the current reward for the gardens right now?
We have the Bubble mining program, so I recommend if you head to our documents at docs.babylon.finance, if you go to the mining program section, we have a whole detailed post explaining how the mining rewards work. But basically, you will get rewards for doing the actions that benefit the protocol and benefit your garden. For example, the higher the return of a given garden, the more bubble they will receive. The more capital that is allocated to the garden, the more rewards they will receive. The longer the capital is at play and working, the more rewards they will receive. So it's quite complex in a way, but we designed it that way to ensure that all the incentives are aligned, and what is good for the protocol is what is good for a garden, and then the gardens that are generating the more wealth and the strategies that are generating the more wealth are the ones that are getting the higher rewards.
There's two more in chat. Oh, go ahead.
Thanks. I joined the beta and joined one of the gardens. So, but I also joined the wait list for the profits. Is that going to be okay? I'm not going to get flagged as a bot or anything like that, am I?
No, that's great. Actually, you will have, because you are on the beta and you are also on the wait, you will have priority in the wait list for the profits.
Thank you.
Okay, there's two more in chat. One is how much USD do you anticipate to raise through this?
Yeah, that's really difficult to answer, and it depends as to the community. And the way we designed the auction is to make sure everyone just bids whatever they think is valuable, because it's not going to create pressure like you see in other auctions. It's like, oh, someone is bidding half an ether, now it's 60 ether, now it's 100 ether, and you always have to keep going up. In this case, it's blind, so we want a fair price discovery. So, but one thing you can use to estimate the floor is like all the 8,000 profits are minted at 0.25 ETH. And then the other great profits, their floor price is the same ratio per amount of bubble. So then we will make public all the great profits, how much bubble each one of them has, and so on in the next week. So you will be able to use the same calculation and then add it all together to find out what is the minimum amount that the event could raise.
And then there's still more coming in. How do you check existing garden strategies, and are strategies limited to using just DAI or WEF?
If you mean how to check or how to see them, I mean, you need to be a member of the garden to be able to see the strategies and being able to vote on them and see the details. I mean, of course, they are all on chain. So if you have the time and the know-how, you can also see on chain. But strategies are not limited to use DAI with. What is limited right now is the gardens, reserve assets. We only support DAI and WEF, which means that the returns and the base asset of that garden is DAI and WEF. But for example, we have the Arcas garden that is reserve asset is DAI, but then there are several strategies there that are buying BED, the index from Bankless, or they are buying a spell, or they are doing leverage plays using Compound, Aave. They are buying also Grab Bitcoin. So you can buy any asset.
And one clarification, like if you're if you have a beta invite and you're looking to evaluate a garden to see if it fits your thesis or your investment like focus, you can see the overview, and the overview will give you a sense of like what the performance has been over the last 30, 60, or even 7 days. And then you can also see the active strategies. You just can't see any proposals or completed strategies. So you can at least evaluate what the current composition of the garden is and whether it fits what you're looking to do as an investor.
How big is the team right now?
Yeah, the team right now, we are 7, counting people that are full-time, part-time, and we have been working really hard to make all these events happen. And this next month is critical to us because this can be a moment in time where Babylon can reach more and more people and grows. And then after this event, our plan is to open our careers page and hire more people.
Okay, I'll do 2 more. Is it possible to claim an NFT if the only Twitter account I have has never tweeted anything?
Yeah.
Simple.
And again, I just want to reiterate, like the best way to be at the top of the list is to be on the beta wait list and then also participate in the protocol. So if you have an invite, it's best to join by depositing into a garden. If not, make sure you're on the beta waitlist as well. That will help your chances of being in the profits waitlist.
Hi, please, I have one question. Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that the gardens that generate more wealth and generate more returns,
Yeah.
they have more priority when it comes to the allocation of rewards. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I'm thinking in the future, you may create a situation where people begin to withdraw from gardens that are less profitable, and they are moving into more profitable gardens. And in that situation, you find yourself in a situation where you just have to shut down some gardens. Is that what does this bother the team at all?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, we want capital to flow to where people treat it best. So if some gardens have higher returns than others, then it makes sense that people want to deposit there. But there are a lot of different factors because some people may care about what are the liquidity preferences. For example, there is always going to be capital from me to withdraw, and this garden is gonna look into strategies that are longer, and this other garden is just gonna do really risky plays that are really short. So there are a lot of factors in mind. It's not the same, for example, it's in the real world, it's not the same to invest in bonds for 2% that invest in Tesla that generates 1,000%. For some investors, investing in bonds and even requirements make more sense than investing in Tesla, even if the returns are higher. So, but within the same class and the exact same kind of thesis, it makes sense that the managers and the communities that treat the capital better will get more of the members and more of the capital. But then we are not gonna close any gardens. Then this is decentralized, is supposed to be permissionless and transparent. So the only thing we will do in the UI will give the users a way to sort and a way to filter out gardens based on the amount of capital, amount of members, so they can discover and they can filter out gardens that have been abandoned.
Okay.
And then the last question here is how many users have been provided access to the beta so far?
Beta so far, I think.
Oh, and I think it was answered about 2,000 beta invites so far.
That's correct.
Is there a minimum amount to deposit for the beta?
Yes, every garden can also change this amount, but the minimum right now, I believe, is around $2,000 or $2,500. but it depends on every community, and every community is run by different people, so they can also choose to change the limits.
All right. Well, it looks like we've answered all the questions here, so I'm gonna wrap this meeting up. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Again, this has been recorded, and we will put this up on the YouTube page for anybody that missed it.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Bye.